hello, I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Andrew.
And welcome back to our channel, Travels with Rhonda and Andrew.
Yes, welcome.
Well, we've survived 3 episodes of our Diamond Princess 7-day Southern Australian Explorer Indulgence Cruise.
Wow, that's a mouthful, isn't it?
Andrew, it certainly is. Now we're unleashing episode 4, Kangaroo Island.
And prepare for emotional turbulence as we arrive in Penneshaw with our trusty sidekicks, Carmel and Geoff. This isn't a tender port, it's a portal to their honeymoon.
If you recall episode 1, you'll know that we're on a mission to relive the cruise celebrating Carmel and Geoff's golden anniversary. Now they're back where it all began.
Yes.
But firstly, let's briefly recall some special moments of the anniversary.
But why the suspense? What secrets does this island hold? Let's dive into the minds of Carmel and Geoff and see if their honeymoon memories are still intact.
Well, hello Carmel, hi Geoff, how you
Oh,
going?
yeah, how you going?
Hello,
Rhonda.
Welcome
Hello.
back. Welcome
Hi,
back
Andrew.
to our channel. And just quickly, what have we been thinking about the cruise so far?
I've had a marvellous time, so.
Yeah, me too. We've
Yeah, it's been good.
it has met expectations.
Yeah.
We expected it to be good, and it is good. It's
Oh,
lovely. Yeah.
And our last port, Harndorf, how good was that?
We had a good day, didn't we?
Anybody who hasn't seen it, have a look at episode 3.
Yes.
Just showcase a wonderful day we had there.
Certainly.
Harndorf's such a beautiful place, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
Yeah, it was nice to get off the ship and get on a bus for a change. And,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
And now we're
Kangaroo Island.
going to Kangaroo Island.
Yes, going to Kangaroo
And,
Island. As we said, the scene of the crime. And why is it the scene of the crime?
Yeah, we're so looking forward to this because we had a honeymoon on Kangaroo Island 50-something years ago, and we haven't been back. So we're really looking forward to just seeing if it's changed at all.
See
to
how
be
much
honest
we
with you,
remember.
and
Yeah.
see how much we remember.
Yeah.
So we arrived in Penneshaw early morning and soaked in the shoreline of the island from our ship. Kangaroo Island is located 14 kilometres off the South Australian coast. It is Australia's 3rd largest island behind Tasmania and Melville Island, approximately 4,400 square kilometres in area. The island's economy is principally agricultural and has a population of about 4,900 people. It was named Kangaroo Island in 1802 by the explorer Matthew Flinders due to an epidemic of grey kangaroos on the island. Today the roo population is some 65,000. Wow.
There's a lot of kangaroos
It
on a
is.
small island.
Penneshaw, our tender port, and although relatively small, is the 2nd largest town on the island and the main ferry port.
Okay, what are our planned activities for our day on Kangaroo Island? A land of rugged beauty and honeymoon flashbacks. Instead of joining the stampede of tourists on Princess Cruises, scenic tours, we embarked on a perilous quest to unearth the hallowed grounds of Carmel and Geoff's romantic past. We're talking a full-blown investigation. Will we find the legendary honeymoon hotel? Will the memories survive the scrutiny? Stay tuned for the dramatic reveal.
Okay, as Rhonda just mentioned, we're back to the scene of the crime where it all happened, the honeymoon at Kangaroo Island. Geoff, do you have any memory of that time?
Yeah,
much detail,
it's a while ago, but we arrived in Adelaide and we stayed overnight, and then the very next morning we headed to Adelaide Airport, and Carmel suddenly realised that she was looking at a plane with a little plane.
I was looking for a 747.
Yeah. And we loaded our bags into this little Beechcraft Bonanza, a little V-tailed aircraft, and off we headed. And we took off from Adelaide, and we were flying down over Cape Jarvis, and you fly down and basically you get down to Victor Harbour, and then cross the strait across to the island. And I was sitting just behind the pilot where I could sort of see what was going on. And we got over the island, and we're losing altitude, and I'm looking around, and all I can see is paddocks and farmland, and in the finish it got the better of me, and I tapped the pilot on the shoulder and I said, "Where's the airport?" And he said, "See that paddock down there? That's it." And so we circled around, and we came in and we landed on this beautiful grassy paddock, and
It was fine,
there
wasn't
was
it?
nobody there, there was nobody waiting for us, and the plane pulled up and he got us out. I think there was 5 people on board or something, and anyway, he pulls all our bags out and then turns around and says, "Okay, there'll be a bus along shortly, see you later," and off he went. And so we stood there and looked around and couldn't work out sort of where we were going to go from here, and it was just the middle of nowhere. And eventually, sure enough, there was a bus on the horizon, and it was heading towards us, and it was the guy from the motel where we eventually stayed. So,
Yeah.
We're looking forward to seeing this hotel, if you can find it and remember it now.
Our day began, as all truly epic adventures should, with a hearty buffet breakfast. And not just any buffet breakfast, mind you. This was a gaze upon the majestic aft of the Diamond Princess buffet. We were really setting the mood for Carmel and Geoff's honeymoon flashback. After our harrowing escape from the Phillip Island Tender of Terror, episode 2, never forget, we approached the Penneshaw tender with a healthy dose of paranoia. But against all odds, it was a delightful jaunt. We're talking gentle breezes, calm waters, and absolutely zero wait this time. It was so nice, we almost actually missed the chaos of that previous tender ride.
Tender disembarked, we hit Penneshaw's bustling metropolis. And by bustling, I mean 2 shops and a confused seagull. Now the real adventure began, the hunt for the honeymoon hotel. Carmel and Geoff, armed with hazy memories and the determination of seasoned treasure hunters, scanned the horizon for familiar landmarks. Was it down memory lane or regret road? Which way to the Hotel of Lost Romance? The suspense was thick. Okay, Carmel and Geoff, when we arrived on Kangaroo Island, did it look similar from what you can remember, or
Do you not
don't have
from
any memory?
Too much. I thought I would remember, but no, it was totally
Nothing.
nothing came back to me as far as what it was at the time.
How about you, Geoff? Did
my
you?
only recollection is that we arrived by car from American River, and we came in and did a right turn into town, and I can remember the right turn in the pub, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. At least the pub's still there.
Yeah. Except that the port didn't 50 years ago wasn't actually even there. So.
Well, we better start moving and going to see if we can find any familiar locations
That's
in
right.
search of this hotel.
We bravely ventured down Middle Terrace, armed with our Find the Honeymoon hotel map, which was mostly just Carmel and Geoff pointing vaguely. Suddenly, like a mirage in the desert, the Penneshaw market appeared. A delightful distraction showcasing everything from local art to, well, let's just say eclectic produce. It was just a beautiful, chaotic, we'll find the hotel later moment.
Well, that was a bit of fun coming across that market, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
It's a nice little market.
just a little market, but it was really enjoyable.
Did you buy anything?
Yes, we both made a
What do
purchase.
we bought a bag each.
Yes.
Can't let them loose.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I had a bag with me that was way too big, so it
Yes.
was just the right size. That was all. Yeah.
And then, because all good adventures involve caffeine, the Fat Beagle Cafe beckoned. Priorities, people.
We spotted the Penneshaw pub, perched on a hill like a wise old observer of the town's secrets, or more likely, a pub with a good view. We figured it was as good a place as any to stare intently at the scenery and pretend we were making progress in our hotel hunt. The view was indeed breathtaking. And there, in the distance, the Diamond Princess, reminding us that we were on a floating hotel, not finding one.
From our pub-perched command centre, Geoff, with the eyes of a seasoned hotel detective, spotted it. The Seafront Hotel. Was this the holy grail of honeymoon memories? Or just another building with a vaguely nautical name? We descended, eager but cautious, like explorers approaching a potentially haunted temple. Geoff, channeling his inner historian, or maybe just his inner, I hope I remember this right, ventured into hotel reception.
We waited, the minutes stretching into an eternity, wondering if Geoff was being interrogated or just enjoying a complimentary mint. Finally, he emerged, a triumphant grin spreading across his face.
This is it. Very, very vast going.
Yeah.
This is it. So, yeah.
Well, the honeymoon hotel was found. And more importantly, we could finally stop pretending we knew what we were doing. Geoff, how did you find the hotel?
No, it was a bit interesting. Actually, when I walked in, I really wasn't sure that it was the place because all of the front had changed, and to me, it was in the right spot, but it didn't look right. And I walked into the reception desk and spoke to the lady at reception, and she sort of seemed a bit put back. Why would I be asking about 50 years ago? And anyway,
Silly hot cooch, she was probably
she was very likely thinking that. Anyway, she did direct me down the hallway, and down the hallway was a whole line of historic photographs, and sure enough, there it was, as I remembered it 50 years ago. So yeah. So we found it.
Well, we found it.
The tender ride back to the Diamond Princess was a moment of quiet reflection, a chance to contemplate the mysteries of honeymoon hotels and the power of memory.
Now, another challenge, the Captain's Circle function. You see, being platinum on Princess means you get invited to all the fancy shindigs. Tonight's culinary adventure, Kai Sushi, a specialty restaurant, they said, which thanks to the Princess Plus gods, meant free fancy fish for us.
Geoff and I dove into assorted sashimi like we were searching for hidden treasure. Rhonda, bravely facing her fear of raw things, opted for the Wagyu beef ramen, her culinary rebellion.
Well, it was all delicious, of course, because who doesn't love free food?
Absolutely.
And naturally, we used this sophisticated dining experience to relive the thrilling saga of
Finding the honeymoon
hotel.
Well, on that note, that brings our day to a close. So
Lovely day, wonderful day, I thought.
it was fantastic, wasn't it?
And even though I'd forgotten, Kangaroo Island is just beautiful.
Oh, it
the
is a-
scenery
Yeah.
is,
that view
fantastic.
when
Really
you're
good.
at that Penneshaw hotel, just overlooking
beautiful.
the scenery to the ship, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and we accomplished what we set out for.
Definitely. So,
Back to the scene of the crime.
Back to the scene of the crime.
Andrew, where are we tomorrow?
Port Lincoln.
Oh,
Another-
that'll be nice.
Yes, another stone's throw away from where we are again. But
Yes.
takes all night to
to get there.
Look, thank you all for watching, and we'll all see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.